Did he say we're live?
We are live.
What the heck are you doing, Davis?
Don't call me David.
This is my
He doesn't
first
want
name.
people
Don't
to know
use
his
it.
real name, even though it's on his Twitter.
Dude, your name is like way normal compared to mine.
I ain't even. Your first name is Smiting.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
I'm retweeting
Oh, I
Tim.
would.
He's looking for teammates. All right, guys, welcome to the STiKS. Rostermania has begun. You can see it's just the three of us today. But if anybody in the chat wants to try to slide onto the show,
People
any
just said
player,
Poofy left. I gotta interrupt you guys. People
Wait.
just said Poofy left.
Where's that?
They just saying it happened on Twitter. That's what the whole entire chat said.
Proof just left Optic. Yo, check Twitter. Proof just left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, it was a lie. Let's just move it along.
I was gonna say, tweet it at me. So make sure during the show you guys use hashtag the STiKS if you want to ask us any questions. We don't have questions from Twitter like prepared like we normally do, so we're gonna take them live from you guys, and we'll also take them out of the chat. We'll do a quick roundabout of our normal introductions. So it was a fake Twitter account. Yeah, I see that. We'll go Hitch and then Fatty and myself, and you guys can say your name, what organizations you're affiliated with, and if this is a hard one. If you were a female, what would your name be?
Oh.
Hitch, you're first.
I am Hitch. I make videos and things sometimes. If I was a girl, my name would be Clementine.
Clementine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's like
Fatty?
throwing it back. Hi, my name's Smiting Fatty. I'm a washed-up caster who's fat and short. I just bought a truck, which is cool. If I was a chick, my name would be Heather.
Heather.
You know why? Because like when you're typing in Heather on your phone, it defaults to heavier. So, sorry, all you Heathers out there. I still love you.
I was gonna say that sucks for all the Heathers in the world.
I just thought
told them they're all heavy.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I knew a Heather. Like I didn't date her, but she was a little bit bigger. And every time I'd go to text her, I'd laugh because it would go to heavier.
You're mean.
I'm not. No, it's just circumstance. It's happenstance.
Right.
It just happens.
All right. I can't even see the chat. Everybody's just laughing and going crazy because Avalanche brought all his homies in here. We're about to go over 1,000 viewers already.
Avalanche is my best friend in the world.
So make sure you tweet out the stream if you want to talk to us. Hashtag the STiKS if you have questions about roster changes. And if any happen during the show, make sure you tweet at one of us. Don't just type it in the chat. We won't believe it. All right. So my name is Kingdom Soldier, and I sometimes do some stuff on YouTube. I should more often. I wish I could. I uploaded a video last night. A lot of you guys probably saw it about Parasite being dropped, which is going to be the topic for one of the topics for today. And if I was a girl, my name would be Beth.
You're already undecisive as a girl. It's working out perfect.
I'm trying to be a real woman, you know. Can't make decisions, can't drive, you know. Sorry for all the females that are watching the show. I know it's minimal, so.
Oh, we just lost all the female viewers.
Hey, as long as my wife doesn't watch the show, I'm good.
Oh, I didn't think about it.
So we're going to start by talking about Rostermania. We are going to give out awards today, so be in the stream. When we give out the awards, we're going to ask you guys to help us to figure out who won some of the awards we're going to give out for Call of Duty Ghosts. Everybody, Optic Golf Clap. Call of Duty Ghosts is officially gone. Yay. I'm so happy.
I'm breaking my disc on stream.
We're going to break it on stream today?
Yeah.
See, I'm just going to trade mine in.
Yeah, I need to trade mine in too.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Why break it when I can get a good $10 out of it?
Yeah, and get a good 30 cents out of it from.
$5. All right,
Alright.
so a lot has gone down since yesterday. It was officially announced that as of today, but I guess that would have been 12 o'clock midnight last night. Any type of roster changes that these teams that were in season 3 going into season 1 wanted to do, they could do, and they're allowed to trade whoever they want as long as they end up the top 8 teams that played last weekend. As long as those 8 teams end up with at least 2 players from any of those 8 teams. So out of all those teams, we've got 32 players that are just kind of available. At least half of them have to be playing in season 1 in order for all these teams to be legit. So I'm predicting a lot of craziness. We'll talk about that in a minute. But what has already happened is it all started last night when FaZe dropped Parasite. It was tweeted out by Censor at the beginning, and they were very nice about it. I won't go too much into it because I made a full video about it. And then after Parasite was dropped, we started seeing these kind of cryptic tweets from EG. STiKS mentioned being a free agent, and then Dito mentioned being a free agent, and then today Crim6 mentioned being a free agent and changed his name to just Crim6. But now STiKS is tweeting talking about, how do you know we're not going to play together? I don't know why well, I guess it would make sense to leave EG because then they would for sure be qualified if they left EG and went to another team. But that would mean one of the 8 teams, Noble or Most Wanted, somebody would have to pick all 3 of them up. So we'll see what happens there. And then, of course, if you watched FaZe Censor's video today, it sounded to me like it's just him and Apathy picking up 2 other players. That's the way he made it sound. He said that we have 2 great players in mind. If Karma was one of them, I would imagine that they would already say that, but they said they were limited to talk about it. And then Sharp came out with a silly video today where it sounds like he was saying Nadeshot was going to TK. Everybody, all the pros are just having fun with it. And right before the show started, about 30 minutes ago, Curse announced that they're dropping Tipsy and Burns. So Hitch, Fatty, just wanted to get your guys' feedback on the changes that have taken place so far, and what you think, where you think some of these guys might end up. And I will start with Smiting Fatty. And again, if you guys have questions, hashtag STiKS.
I like, I don't know. I think Curse, if I was going to do that, I probably would have dropped everybody and picked up another team, like a Noble, something like that. I really think Mochilla and Enable are great, but finding 2 people to work with them, I think, is going to be difficult. And they found that out, and that's why they stuck with Burnsoff and Tipsy. And I thought that was a great team. They had their problems, but every once in a while they showed up and they did well. So I would have either stuck with that team or just dropped them all. That's my personal thing. Didn't Neslo get dropped too, or was that?
That is correct. Neslo got dropped. I just totally forgot about Neslo.
Yeah,
that's so mean.
I wonder what's
Neslo
going on with
dropped.
that one.
Better watch out.
What do you mean?
Well, this is the second time they've dropped him. I mean, these 3 players have dropped Neslo, and it didn't end up well at all. They ended up, with Theory leaving shortly after that. So I don't know if that's the right move for them. And
well, they gave pretty legit reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, and he gave pretty legit reasons too. Sharp said they weren't all true, but they gave pretty good reasons, in my opinion, of why they dropped him.
Well, yeah. Clementine, you're up.
Oh, Golden Boy's in the chat.
What up, GB? I love Golden Boy.
Golden Boy.
I actually just tweeted him.
Thanks for the front page, Golden Boy. We appreciate
He's my homie.
Go ahead, Davis.
Oh, why? What am I talking about?
What are your thoughts on the trades that went down already?
I feel like it's just the start of whatever is about to happen. I feel like it's just about to be crazy. Like everyone's just gonna be thrown into a big boiling pot of free agents, and then people are just gonna pick and choose. And I think that's what's gonna happen. So as far as Curse, I feel like Curse is an organization, kind of like EG, where they have the means to have an amazing team, but they've just been in this slump ever since they've been in our scene. Like, I don't remember the last time I was like, oh, Curse might win this event. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I feel like they have the ability to pick up, all these like a solid 4, and I hope they do that, but I don't know.
So, Most Wanted, Noble, Rise, and Denial are all teams that of recent have become top tier teams, especially right here in the playoffs. And because of teams like EG and TK and Curse missing out on qualifying, they got a good chance to step up and show their stuff. And there's this, the big scenario is that a team like Curse, what are they going to offer a player like that's going to make them actually go there? If they're not qualified right now, any of the top tier players that are available, like Parasite, Crim6, Aches, Dito, Fizzerp, John, all these guys that are going to be available that are going to dip off of their teams, maybe even Karma, or any of the Optic guys that get dropped, you know, or leave. Oh my gosh, this Golden Boy face is spamming the chat.
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Who would go? Who would go to these teams? Like, you know, like who would do that? And that's kind of my thing for Curse is they're in a sticky situation where they're gonna kind of have to wait and get who's left, you know. And I see a player like Mochilla, and I would say, why wouldn't I put Mochilla on my squad if I was one of these top 8 teams? I don't know if you guys have an opinion on that, but Fatty, what do you think? What do you think Curse can do to actually appeal to some of these larger pro players and that will help them play in? Oh, go ahead, Davis. You got something?
What?
No,
What?
you go ahead.
He
He's
raised
gonna
his
steal
hand.
mine.
I
Guaranteed
raised
money.
mine.
Guaranteed money.
All right, let's see. Rock, paper, scissors.
I 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, I hate you.
All right. So I can't believe we just did that. I feel like Curse has a team house, and a team house is so much more than just Call of Duty tournaments. Like a team house, like if you look at, you know, how Envy is doing it and how Optic is doing it, like they're making all of their money off of revenue and off of streaming. And if somebody doesn't have that, like if they don't have that ability, then I feel like now if they want to go to Curse, then they can make, you know, that's a step in the right direction to make this actually a career, like to stream full time and play video games and things like that while you're in the same house with your teammates. Like people would die for that. Like that's so sick. But and I'll like know how many other teams offer that? Like hardly any, you know?
Well, I think just guaranteed money. I mean, I'd go anywhere for guaranteed money, and not necessarily to build my own brand, which I don't think Kirsch does a good enough job trying to help their guys build a brand. I know Blevdog would try to do that with his players, but he didn't like force it. And I think that's one thing that Optic does very, very well. I think they've kind of set the gold bar, the standard for that. But guaranteed money will get any pro over there. I mean, if they really wanted formal, they'd say, "Look, $5,000 a month, we'll guarantee it." Or you know, they could get anybody with
But how
that,
can they
except for
guarantee
those Optic guys. What?
How can they guarantee that without stream revenue from being in the league?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing is I don't think they can.
And that's what
Unless
I'm saying.
they
is they're
take
in a
it from the
pickle.
other guys. Yeah.
Like they're literally in a pickle where, and I think it was Big Snacks. I don't remember who it was that, or maybe it was Freaky Toast that. It was Freaky Toast. Me and him were in a one-on-one conversation, I think, or maybe it was when he was on the show, and I think we broke our record. I don't know if we've had more than 1,500, but we've been over 1,500 for a minute. So thanks, guys. I think like he said that the biggest thing for this whole season, back in season 2, he said this was the stream revenue that you got from being in the season, because you play these league matches and people want to watch them, so they'll watch your players. Even if you're a smaller team, you can get noticed a little bit just by streaming in the season. Now, who's going to watch Curse do scrims like when the league season 1 Advanced Warfare is playing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
So-
that's where I think they messed up. They should have picked up a team that was in there, offered everybody from Noble, or stole a team basically.
Davis, what is this face you're making?
I think he has to poop.
He's like, he's looking.
My computer is breaking, so y'all just keep
Oh,
going.
you're frozen. That's what I was like. What the heck is going on?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can hear
you
you.
guys hear
We
me?
can hear you. You're just not lined up with your mouth. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a question at you guys that I got from Twitter. I'm trying to find out who said it, but I'm struggling, and they're gonna be mad because they're gonna be like, "You didn't give me credit." Oh, here we go. You guys can fight over who goes first. This is from @camera. but it's CAMARAAAH. And he says at Hitch, and I guess all of us, what is the OG and ON team you would like to see?
Is this
Who wants to go first? Yeah, sure. I guess you were first in the tweet, Hitch, so you might have to just go first.
All right. I want to see Optic Gaming stay how it is. I like the team. And they're all. I feel like they're all entertaining to watch. They go along with what Optic is as an organization, and then they're also super solid at the game. Optic Nation. I feel like it's everyone 100% knows they're going to make some roster changes, and I kind of like. I don't know whether the Optic fanboy in me wants to see it all centered around Bose again, just because Bose, is such a he's that guy, he's that Optic guy, and he's also a solid player. He's a great OBJ, and he can slay and everything. So I feel like if he finds three solid people, then that could be, that's the ideal situation.
Okay,
I don't even know if I answered that question at all.
Who did you say is left on Optic Nation, in your opinion?
As far as like who is left, I feel like Killa and Miracles have left, right? Like I feel like everyone pretty much has speculated
the
that
writing on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope Ricky stays, because I think Ricky. I mean, I'm gonna cry regardless whenever they break up, because that means the Optic Nation GOAT chemistry has died. And I'm gonna make a sob. Yeah, I'm gonna cry in a YouTube video and just it's gonna be the saddest day of my life.
You're gonna have to like rap while crying.
People are saying you answered nothing, Hitch.
I'm the best. I'm the best at giving
at dodging.
Like
no, the best on the show was when I asked Hex which of his two teams were going to be the best in Advanced Warfare. And he said, "Ooh, that's a good question." And then he kind of looked around and he said, "See, what we do in the house is we joke around whoever wins." And he went off on some ridiculous tangent. And I was like, dang, this dude is a pro. Like, yeah, but I didn't even notice it until I rewatched it and somebody else called it out. All right. So for you, Fatty, what teams would you like to see, or what rosters for OG?
All right. So for Optic Gaming, or wait, did you say EG or OG?
OG and ON.
All right. So for Optic Gaming, I'm dropping Proofy and I'm taking Crim6. I think that'd be an amazing team. And then I'm taking Proofy. I'm putting him on Optic Nation with Embos.
Everybody is saying that.
With Embos, and then I'm picking up Karma. And then for some freaky reason, I get Formal on there. And then you have God Squad.
What?
I'm just saying, like, if I could choose a roster, that's what it would be.
God Squads, man.
Yeah. But no, I think
Formal. You said Formal, Karma, Embos, and Proofy?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I think that could be an amazing team.
I would love to see. I feel like there used to be hostility towards like from Crim6 and all the Optic, especially Nate Shot, but I feel like they've, as you can see from Twitter, they've kind of patched things up, and I feel like they would be hilarious. Like that team, knowing like Crim and a bunch of the Optic guys have never even seen like Crim's stream or any of his content or anything like that. And if they ever got a chance to, I feel like he'd blow up even more than he is now.
Oh, he'd be
so
amazing.
Okay. I know. You're opening up the door to my theory that I was talking to Goalie about earlier. So there's something that was on Twitter earlier. This guy was tweeting to my responses when I was asking about the awards last night, and he said something like, "It's not a popularity contest; it's about skill." And Blevdog, I think it was Blevdog that got on, and he replied, and he said, "Skill is what wins championships, but popularity is what pays the bills." And what I was telling Goalie is, like, Crim6, outside of the players that are already on Optic, Crim6, and right behind him would be Karma. Crim6 is the most entertaining on social media, on YouTube, has the most subscribers, and is extremely skilled at the game. He's the only almost, Scump is number one at that. He's the best player that has the most subs. He's about to hit 1 million and all that kind of stuff. hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. Scump is right next to him. Crim6 would skyrocket, if he got on a team like Optic. And it's not just because he's popular and has a great personality. People love watching him already. People love watching Crim6. He's already got over 100,000 subscribers not being on Optic. You put him on Optic and he is going to literally just catapult forward because he can't be a bad guy anymore. He wouldn't be playing with STiKS, who people see as a bad guy. He'd be playing with Nadeshot. He'd be funny like he already is. And I think he could even set the stage for, I've said this before, I think Crim is the next type of entertainer that we're going to see in competitive esports. And so I personally think that Crim would be great on Optic. I just don't see it happening. I think he'll be wearing a blue jersey, and I think JCap will be wearing a different color. That's just my opinion.
Really?
I think Crim, formal, nameless, and Merc would be ridiculous.
That would be sick.
And especially on Advanced Warfare, unstoppable. Just unstoppable. As far as Optic goes, everybody keeps saying Proofy to leave gaming. I don't know why everybody's protecting Clay like really a lot. Like everybody, every tweet that I've seen has said Proofy's going to ON, and I think they feel safer, like not saying he's getting dropped. They're saying he's going to transfer teams. Nobody wants to say that anybody on Optic is getting dropped. That's so detrimental. But I would say I want to see Nade stay. I think he has a little bit more to prove, and he's still playing top 20. You can't get rid of Scump, period.
No, who would do that? That'd be insane. Yeah. And you don't ever drop Nadeshot either.
However, remember when Hex was on our show and when Nadeshot was like, we're not even going to think about Clayster when Clayster became available when he got dropped, and Hex was like, wait, hold up. You don't just not think about Clayster. We're going to look at Clayster. He's a winning player. He's won a whole bunch of tournaments in Black Ops 2. He won the first tournament of Ghost. We're not going to just not think about him because we don't need a team change. And Crim6 is the same type of player where if I'm Hex, if I'm Hastro, I don't care how good my team is, how much they've been winning. If I'm Denial CEO, I'm DMing Crim like, hey, so what are you thinking about doing? I mean, we're talking about one of the top 3 players over the lifetime of 2 games is now a free agent. Like, you'd be stupid not to at least think about it. And Nadeshot's the kind of guy, like, he was going to step down for Scump. He would step down maybe and say, you know what, if it gets Crim over here and gets Crim into the Optic organization, I'll step down. I think he's the type of dude that would do that. Goalie was saying, dang, 1679. Keep tweeting out the stream, guys. I think Goalie was saying that Nade said if he ever did step down, he would just stream Minecraft 8 hours a day and, be a baller. And he'd be fine. So I think for me, Optic Nation is going to look completely different. Killa, Miracles, and Ricky, I would see leaving that team. I would really not like to see Bose go. But maybe he's not captain anymore. Maybe someone else comes on and they're the captain. Watching him play Black Ops 2 this last like month or so with the Optic guys, he's up there with like Scump, in kills, watching them when they're playing in these tournaments and stuff like that. And so I think he might be better at Advanced Warfare was at Ghost. He might be a better player, and we might see an Imbos that people are gonna be like, dang, why'd we drop him? So that's my opinion, I guess, on the matter with those 2 teams. Anything you guys
One
want to
thing we
add?
haven't really talked about is what if Impact got back together? Do you think that could ever happen? And would they be good?
Why would it?
Wouldn't it? They won like what, 6 in a row or 5?
They'd have to get back together on one of these 8 teams that we're talking about. So Noble or somebody would have to literally hit them up and say, I will pick up all of you. It could be Rise, it could be Noble, it could be Denial.
Rise wouldn't do that. Rise is going to team.
Owen, I don't think is going to do it. Everybody thinks that Optic Nation is going to pick up Parasite and Karma. I don't think Parasite plays for Hex. I don't see it happening. And he owns the team. So
yeah, I don't see Optic picking up either of those.
They'd have to get together on one of these top 8 teams, or they'd be taking a risk. Now, should they qualify? Yeah, there's 4 spots open for Columbus, so they technically just need to finish in the top 12 as long as these teams finish in the top 8. So they should be fine, but that's risky in my opinion. If I were a pro player right now, I'm just telling you guys, I'd want to be on one of these 8 teams so that I knew I was playing in the league Do you know you get? They tweeted this morning that you get 250 pro points per player for every league match that you win in league
That's
season.
crazy.
That's awesome.
That's
That's
so
good.
nuts.
That's good
50
stuff.
points per league match that you win. And so I'm getting in that league. I don't care. You would be in the open bracket for the rest of the year if you don't make it in.
That's
And
crazy.
so I wouldn't want to play the odds and be like, I can easily play in at Columbus. If somebody crapped the bed and played bad, I would want to choke them, And so I don't want to put myself in that position. I'd want to be on one of these teams. That's just my opinion, and that's why I think if I'm a player on Denial, if I'm a player on Most Wanted, if I'm a player on Noble, I'm really trying to prove to my owner that I'm the investment of keeping, because when someone like Krim or someone like STiKS or someone like TP or Karma comes around, is like, hey, I'm a free agent. These owners are going to start thinking about those guys, and that's what creates Rostermania. Now, if Envy, Optic Gaming, or Optic Nation starts dropping people, then it's just going to go bananas and it's going to go all over the place. So, what were you going to say, Davis?
I got a DM yesterday.
Somebody slid.
And they said Krim, Karma, Miracles, and Killa with a smiley face.
We're close to 2,000 viewers.
1949. Holy crap. That's a year or
Jeez.
something.
You said Krim, Karma. Say it again.
So that's Krim, Karma, Miracles, and Killa. Now that could be complete bogus, but this person, I don't know.
Well, let me get your guys' opinion on that team. What's your opinion on that team, Hitch?
I'd rather see Krim on gaming, but that's still a super good squad. I mean, we've never seen. I mean, I don't know. We've never really seen Krim on, play without STiKS. And
does this person? Let me just ask you this: was this DM from a person that said a new org was going to come in and do something?
No, that's all they said. That
I've actually heard that. Somebody just told me.
Do they have an F
board.
in their Twitter name?
No.
Okay, different person then. Because I heard the same rumor.
Yeah.
Someone else. I got the same thing slid into my DMs, but I was like, what? Why? Like, why would you make that? In my opinion, again, if I was trying to make this decision and I'm any of those players, as long as I'm going to be on one of these 8 teams, that's fine. Let's do it. I'm down. Let's go. Call me Noble.
Squad.
I don't care what the name of my team is, but what do you think that team would work, Fatty?
I don't know.
Or would they kill each other?
I don't know. I mean, I really thought FaZe was going to kill each other a lot quicker than they did.
Oh, I was going to say.
So I don't know. I mean, sometimes I just don't see players working with each other well, and then they end up working with each other well. It's hard to say, man. Hard to say. One thing we haven't talked about as well. Why not Krim and Karma or Krim and TP to go with Curse? Like why not? Except for they wouldn't have that spot, but they could buy out.
They would play
spot.
into that spot though, easy.
Yeah, but because that would be. I mean, wouldn't that be a great team? Enable, Krim, Karma, Mochilla.
But when Karma left EG, did any of his animosity, was any of it from Krim 6? Wasn't his animosity with Krim and STiKS, and Teep was the one that told him Krim and STiKS wanted to drop him because he was not going to whatever tournament?
Yeah, but winning cures stuff like that, right?
Not in Karma, I don't think.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. And plus, Krim could be like, well, it was more STiKS than it was me, or, I'm sorry. He could apologize. Who knows? These guys get over stuff pretty easily, I think.
Well, for the sake of winning, I mean, why not?
We have over 2,000 people now. Let's go.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
Stream hype. Dito to Curse. That's possible.
Yeah, that's another big name we haven't really talked about. Dito. I think, it'll take. So, Dito's such a good player. He just needs to stick with the team for a little while. I'm serious. I think
that's the one thing that everyone's always said about him. Ever since.
Well, and I don't necessarily think he's a sketch, which everybody also says. I mean, I've heard that ever since he was on Fear.
He's made some sketchy moves. I mean,
Yeah, he's sketched before.
Yeah.
Once
But
you
I
sketch
still
and it hurts somebody, people call you, especially if you've done it more than once. And he's called himself a sketch. Like Dito has been in a video saying, "I know that I sketched."
Oh, I remember that video.
I mean, it's like, well, you can't really hate on people for calling you that then. I mean, if that's the deal, it's like, I know that I sketched, but all right. So if you guys want to tweet me, I haven't gotten any really crazy questions. If any more roster changes happen, let us know. I'll just say this. I really didn't like how slow roster changes have been going during the league, but this next week it's already started. It's going to be bananas, and
Oh, I'm so
I
stuck.
think MLG set up like just this little tiny window where Advanced Warfare comes out in less than a week, and they set up a little tiny window where players are going to be moved around a lot. And if you guys didn't hear, there is no draft. You can just pick what subs you want. And so this is going to be ridiculous. Like, people are just going to be grabbing players like crazy, because if you can't get on one of these 8 teams, maybe you could be a sub for one of them, and then they can swap you into their main slot when the season starts. I mean, there's so much possible. Like, this is going to be one of the craziest roster manias we've seen, especially if the 2 Optic teams and that Envy team get involved in any way, shape, or form. If those 3 teams just sit back and stay the same, it's not going to be as exciting. I know there's some exciting players out there, but if they don't go to any of those teams, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Like, oh, Noble dropped their whole team. Nobody's going to be, it's not going to blow up Twitter. Now, if Nadeshot steps down, Twitter's going to die. If Scump goes to Optic Nation and is the captain and then picks up Crim 6 and takes Proofy with him and grabs Karma, Twitter's going to go crazy. I mean, it's got to be with those 3 teams because of their size and their popularity, in my opinion. We're going to take a quick commercial break if we can. Goalie, type in the chat if we can't. I'm not really.
Make sure you use the hashtag, the STiKS.
Yeah, make sure when you tweet at us, make sure you
use hashtag.
Yeah, we're going to answer questions and we're going to search hashtag the STiKS.
Yeah, and we're going to answer some questions. And in a bit, around 4:30 or so, we're going to go into overtime and we're going to give out the awards. We've got awards like Organization of the Year, Player of the Year. I think we have like Slayer, OBJ, S&D. We've got Coach or Owner of the Year, Most Improved, Best Series. We got clips that we can show you guys of the best moments of Call of Duty Ghosts. We're going to leave it all on the table in this episode of STiKS. It's going to be a long one, but it's going to be a good one. We'll see you guys he hasn't typed anything, so I guess we'll see you guys in like 60 seconds, hopefully. Okay, he's typing.
Houston, if you're ready, we'll maneuver. Reaching out.
All right, we are back here. Make sure you're tweeting us with hashtag the STiKS, and you can tweet it all at Hitch a Ride.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna get flooded. Anyways, one thing that's been talked about in the chat that we haven't gotten into yet is what about Big T? What do you think is gonna happen with Big T?
I don't know. I mean, I think Big T is just going to do his thing. He's probably going to try out the game. If he likes it a lot, then he's going to come back. If he doesn't like it a lot, then he's just going to keep being a millionaire. And I think that's about as much as we need to know about Big T. I mean, I feel like if there was ever a time for Big T to come back, it would be soon because oh my god.
Golden Boy's telling me to fix the graphics. I don't know what graphics you're talking. Oh, he fixed it. Never mind. Now one thing I think about Big T, I think he's gonna play Halo. I don't think you're gonna see him playing this game much unless he really likes it. Because
Big T?
yeah, Big T. I just think he'll be playing.
Oh
Halo.
yeah, he's playing Halo if he plays anything.
Yeah.
That's already been hinted at by Hex when he was on the show. He said that he's probably playing Halo. Did you guys see any good questions? Oh my gosh, my notifications are murdered.
Dude, yeah. That's fine.
Goodness, this is impossible. It's hard to search through here. Apathy. What does that mean?
He's
I
beautiful.
have a feeling phase sensor will pick up Crim and Dito. What? Okay,
That could be a good team, actually.
how is everybody forgetting that was good, Bully? He said it's official. Kingdom is going bananas. That was funny. How is everybody forgetting Dito and Sensor's relationship? Like, the reason why I predicted Dito to leave when Karma was available, the main reason was because Dito and Sensor, Dito really despised Sensor, and Freaky Toast told us on the, when he was on here a year ago, or however long ago it was, because he found out that Apathy, who was it? Apathy, Formal, and Sensor were all trying to drop Dito off of the team, and so was it Formal? Who was the else? Was it Formal that was on that team? SB? Saints, yes. So, well, Saints probably just sat there like, oh, I don't care. But when he found out that Sensor was trying to get him basically dropped and replace him with Formal, that's what they were trying to do from FaZe Black or whatever. Like when they were doing that, and he found out, he said, "Get me off this team. I don't want to play with you anymore." He was pissed, and I don't think he would come back to it. So that's just my opinion on the whole. People keep predicting that, but I just don't see it happening. I guess Dito would do it if he wanted to. Do you see EG? Oh, this is a good question. All right. So, do you guys see EG staying in COD as an organization? As of right now, it sounds like they only have TP right now.
And no spot.
And no spot in the league.
I don't think so. Maybe the next go around, maybe they pick up a team that has qualified for season 2, or maybe they try to buy out Noble or Most Wanted. But right now, I don't see that happening.
Hitch, what about you? You think they stay in?
Wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
Do you think EG is gonna stay?
Oh no, they're gone. After dealing, I mean, they picked up the best team of all time, and they also picked up the most hard-headed and stubborn and vocal on Twitter team of all time. So I'm sure that they got the best promotion and the worst, and so they probably don't even want to deal with it because they're so successful in so many other things,
Yeah.
I have a good question that came up on my timeline. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
From Bradley Leon or PG Bunny. Moho or Rambo? Which of the old timers comes back?
Oh, I was gonna say, if you said which one do I want, I'd pick Rambo in a second.
I think Moho's already tweeted out saying FaZe will be back for Advanced Warfare.
FaZe? Fear?
Or Fear, sorry.
Yeah, he did. He said him and Assassin are gonna look for 2. They just got to play into that league. I mean, I don't know. I want to almost tweet at Rambo and ask him.
He just hit 200,000, by the way.
Followers?
I think so.
Goodness.
Yeah, good for him.
Smelling the roses. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So this guy asked Milkman, he said, if EG wins ESWC, do you believe they will reunite? I don't think so. TP tweeted this morning, he said it'd be funny if we won ESWC and they're all free agents. And I don't know if you guys saw, but last night, Crim6 did a straw poll asking what he should use at ESWC. It was either a knife only, a USR, and it was 2 crappy guns. And so knife only was winning by far. But Crim6 is looking at it as, it's something funny. I don't know what happened to get them all so upset. Like, I know Crim's been ready to leave that team, but I think they were all like, we're winning and we're going to keep winning, so why don't we just stick it out? But I don't know what happened to change that in the last like day. But I don't think they get back together. You guys see them getting back together if they win?
No.
So the duo of Aches and Teep is done, period.
Yeah, I believe so. I wouldn't doubt it though if Crim and Teep stick together somehow, some way.
Okay,
I
so
got
Avalanche tweeted at us.
don't.
Oh, don't.
Is it the
don't-
picture?
Yeah.
Don't.
I will.
Avalanche is being Avalanche. I love him.
All right. Well, then I will not.
It's
Um,
a funny picture.
It is a funny picture.
it's very comical. All right, so I'm trying to find a couple more questions. Who do you guys think will? Oh, that's not going to work.
The Bamfulicon Jeff Beatty says Kingdom, Fatty, Hitch, and Killa equals ON. I'd go for that any day.
Oh, somebody tweeted at me. They showed that Dito
Oh,
just got followed by Tipsy.
yeah, by or Dito followed Phase Dito or something, and Tipsy followed Phase Tipsy, is what it said.
Tipsy followed Phase Tipsy. Oh,
I don't know, I'm getting a lot of stuff. It's kind of crazy.
where do you guys think Parasite's going to go?
Parasite.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, he's on Justice for right now, right?
Yeah.
What? Parasite is?
Yeah.
No.
Isn't
No, he's
that?
just filling in.
Oh,
just
no,
yeah,
he's filling in.
in.
For
NBC.
yeah.
But still, I mean, he's on.
Oh my
on
gosh.
it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right, I'm trying to look to see if there's any more.
Why
Yeah, I
haven't
don't-
we talked to Dominic Kidd says no talk of Aches? Why haven't we talked about where Aches is gonna go?
home
He's gonna go home.
to take a nap?
No, I mean he's
I
a
don't
he's a
know.
genuinely good player. I mean, but I think a lot of people are scared to get the package of that is Aches, that hard headed Twitter MLG hating person.
Scared to get
That matters now. When you run, if the sponsor that is EG actually leaves, like that sucks for competitive Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, that's a big org out.
There's a lot of other gigantic orgs that aren't involved. Hey, we're back over 2000. Tight. There's a lot of gigantic orgs that are not involved that are involved with LOL, and stuff like that. And when you lose somebody like EG to the reason that all the other guys aren't staying in, which is these roster changes, when you buy a team for $70,000 and you're thinking that this is a future team, they're going to be a dynasty, blah blah, then they start beefing with each other. The coach leaves, and then one of the players wants off the team and goes and plays for somebody else, and then now all your players are talking about their free agents except for one, which is TP. And I don't know if you can actually build a team around TP. You can build a team with him as like a captain, but I don't know if you could build a team around TP. And so TP now has to look for players and convince them that the salary that EG can offer is better than the opportunity of being in the league. Although if you trade, and now here's the deal. Getting in the league is good because you're secured a spot there for that year. And then as long as you qualify, you'll be in the next one and the next one and the next one. And so you can be in all 3 seasons. And so I think people may be underplaying that and looking at these teams that are on the outside thinking they're going to have some kind of bargaining power, but I don't see them having any bargaining chips. I mean, in my opinion, I can't keep up with my timeline.
I can't either. It's going
Man,
nuts. A lot of
yeah.
people are saying the Spacely just followed Optic Spacely, but that could just be because he's nice and wants to follow his own thing. I don't know.
Well, people are trying to make sure they have these available,
Oh,
probably.
wow.
Well, and somebody said, like it says, I'm holding it for Mikey, but and
Well-
people are still saying that the return of Optic Big T, which I don't.
I mean,
I just don't see that.
Optics basically wouldn't be that far fetched. Like, if we're talking Optic Nation, because all these people are saying that people off of Optic Nation are leaving, and Spacely is as he proved the other day, he's a dominant player, and he could, if he is able to play his role, he could do work.
Who's his duo? I always forget who his duo is. I always
Basically, he's always played with
Slacked.
Slacked and
Slacks.
Huddle.
I
Yeah.
think Slacked would have to go with him somewhere.
Slack. Well, the only
I got
the only
the
problem
notifications. Sorry.
the only problem with picking up Slacked is that isn't he too young for champs?
I don't know.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure. I'm
Champs is going to be
pretty.
18 plus again.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive he's too young for champs. So he's kind of like a.
Odd man out.
Yeah, he's kind of like a liability. Like if you pick him up, I mean, he's such a dominant player, but like you'd have to pick up Slacked after champs. Unfortunately, same with Method, same
Yeah.
with all these people. Like you want to pick up them right after you make your team changes after champs, because
The now
Champs
CEO
is
said
Champs.
he's going to pick me up just to mix things up for Rostermania.
cool.
All right,
cool.
so we're gonna start these awards real quick, guys. And if you have questions about roster changes or if any happen, we will of course cover them. We could talk about roster changes all night long, forever, because there's so many opportunities. Yes, that's a new record. Thank you, Avalanche, 2041. It's pretty dope. Excited about that. And so, and thank you guys, anybody who's followed. I can't really see those updates and stuff like that. Goalie might be able to. He's producing the show. Follow him, by the way. He's somewhere in the chat, but everybody should follow Goalie. He's the man. And so